Hey everybody, and welcome back. Woohoo! We're going to be talking about the Syndicate today. Of course, the #1 family on Pulse Mafia and #2 at the moment on a BNB Mafia, but we'll see how long it takes for that to go to #1. The most feared Mafia family on Pulsechain. And of course, you guys, we're going to talk about how you can join up today to the Syndicate. And it's going to be a lot of fun, folks, a lot of fun. And of course, the dollars are going up, up and away. 158,000 US dollars currently in the combined vaults on the Mafia game on Pulsechain and BNB. It's going to be absolutely epic. We've got some big milestones got hit today. We're going to talk about that. $100,000 got hit on Pulse Mafia alone today. It is absolutely crushing it. And of course, that's in 15 days. 15 days to hit that target. Amazing. But we're going to be talking about the Syndicate. Hopefully, we're going to have some of the Syndicate hierarchy in the chat, in the live stream as special guests during the show. So wait for that. We will be doing just our quick market coverage to see where the market's at, and then we're going to get into Pulse Mafia and BNB Mafia as well, because we're obviously pretty much leading on both those. So we're going to get into that. Obviously, they've had the Don show on. I think it's still going, still rolling. About 2 hours long so far. With all the Dons from different Mafia families. That's been pretty fun there on Cult DeFi. Big shout out to all the Dons and, of course, the Cult DeFi there. And, of course, Jacob, the Mafia game developer, looking pretty good. Now, we're going to get into a couple of stuff here. So let's get into the chat, say hello, and make it lively. It's going to be a lot of fun to get into the show. Let's start off with the markets, and then we're going to get into BNB a bit later. And, of course, here we get into the stock market. Looks like we've got the market's just down a little bit today on the stock market. Got the Dow Jones down about 0.12% there, 45 points to 39,118. S&P 500 down 0.4%, 22 points to 5,460. And the Nasdaq, with all the tech companies, which has been doing so well, is down 0.75%, 135 points to 17,723 on the Nasdaq. US dollars down a little bit too versus the trading partners, 105.5. Jumping into the commodities quickly. We've got West Texas and crude oil both down just under 0.5% and sitting at $81 and $85 respectively. Gold is pretty much flat at $2,336, and silver is actually up 0.6%, up 18 cents to $29.43. See whether it can get back over $30 next week. Okay, let's see how that goes there. Now, we did have the inflation data out here. I'm not going to be talking about that today, but that was out, and looks like the market's just cooled off there a little bit today and result to that. Let's jump over to the tools and have a look at what the interest rates are going to, predictions are going to be on the back of that. So we've got 4 weeks and 4 days to go until the next Fed meeting. Looks like a no change for that at the moment, almost 90%. Moving to September, which was kind of the earliest we're expecting a pivot. Looks like we've just got just under two-thirds expecting a pivot by September. So September, maybe we'll get something there. But November is looking pretty good. Almost over 75% of people expecting a pivot by November. So it looks like we'll get it somewhere in there as well. And of course, the US election as well in November the 5th. So yeah, we could have a lot of cool stuff happening there. Quick looking at crypto. Crypto, like stock market, is down as well. Bitcoin, which was actually looking a bit better yesterday, is down a bit now, almost 2% at $60,385. And we got the Bitcoin dominance sitting pretty similar to what we had yesterday, 52%. Ethereum is down 2% at $3,378. Solana, which was up big time yesterday on the potential Solana ETF application from, I think, the Ike brothers, I think they call them, down 6% today. That's pretty much it. But Tron, Tron actually doing pretty well with the volumes on the network on Tron, and they're up 1% today at 12.3 cents. So, Tron really hasn't had a super duper runaway, but holding up there at the moment, and of course doing good volumes actually on the chain. So there we go. Let's jump over to Bitcoin quickly, have a look at the chart. So we're below the 50-day moving average. 50-day moving average at the moment, 65,188 as we head into the weekend, right? And of course, we've got the price well below that, but above the 200-day. 200-day currently at 58,000. What's it? I can't even see it. 58,100, I think it is. And yeah, and we've got the Ethereum ETFs coming up. So that's kind of the good news. So far, we're holding above that key crucial line of 57,000. So that's pretty important on the old Bitcoin. Not going to cover runes today, but runes are down a little bit today on the Bitcoin network. Ethereum, of course, is going to be the big news ahead of us. because we've got the expected Ethereum ETF on the 2nd of July, so Tuesday next week. So that is the big news coming up. So that's huge, and fingers crossed. Now, we also obviously have Mt. Gox with the Bitcoin, starting to get paid out in early July, sorry. So we've got that up there too, and we'll have to see what that results in next week. Maybe Ethereum starts to separate out from Bitcoin. So we'll see if that narrative happens as well. But certainly good news for Ethereum. Ethereum ETF expected next Tuesday on the 2nd of July. All things going well. Now, it might get delayed a week, but that's kind of the current estimate of when it's going to launch. Currently at the moment, the 50-day moving average at 3,477, the 200 EMA at 3,077, and we're pretty much close to that, right? So that looks better than the Bitcoin chart versus the 50-day moving average at the moment. So looking pretty good with the big news coming up, like I say, on Tuesday. So that's kind of it for Ethereum. Moving to Pulsechain quickly, we got day 413. And we've got the price of Pulse at the moment, quadruple zero, 465. And of course, we've got the price up 2.6%. So we've had little green days, and they're still staying with us, which is kind of neat. Nice to see this in Pulsechain. We got a lot of stuff by Richard Hart being posted out about how the SEC's losing court cases. We had another one today. So this is maybe positioning Richard Hart versus SEC pretty well. We know that in July that we're expecting the SEC to reply to the dismissal request, and then of course in August the Richard's Dream Team lawyers are responding back to that. So that's coming up as well. So that's July and August. And of course, I think it's October that we probably have that case. Hopefully we'll get dismissed. Otherwise, there's going to be information discovery running through to March to June next year. And of course, that changes the game altogether, right? So fingers crossed on the dismissal. All this SEC cases getting kicked out, losing most of them. See how we go. And we just saw the SEC take on MetaMask, right? So, put a case against MetaMask now. So, there's lots of things still happening. It's pretty much, I don't know, the SEC seems to be trying to destroy value rather than create value and protect investors. It's kind of strange like that. So anyway, we got Pulsex at the moment, quadruple 0232, up 5.14%. The buy and burn, look at that. It's still looking really good. 906.5 billion Pulsex is bought up and burned. We're heading towards that 1 trillion mark, which is really important. Currently at 4.48% of the public supply is bought up and burned. So basically it's gone forever. And that's good news. Slowly, we might have a very long time until we get to the magic carpet ride, but it does feel like it's getting a bit closer with the market conditions turning as well. Sometime in the second half of this year, July, August, certainly looking optimistic. But like I say, we've got the Ethereum versus the Mt. Gox type of thing, and we'll see how that plays out. But typically after a halving, 2 or 3 months later, we get the rally on, and certainly maybe with the exception possibly of September, we've got October, November, December probably looking extremely good right into next year as well. So that's pretty exciting. So we've got $2.56 at the moment for incentive token, up 5.22%. So really, really good stuff happening with the INC token. 55,282 pulse per incentive token, looking pretty good. And we've got 35.5 million almost incentive tokens in existence. Of course, they come out of the Pulse XV1 farms. Nice to see Hex having a bit of a move. And of course, Hex there or PHEX at 5700th of a penny, up 1.97%. And EHEX has been the one that's really been moving. That's at 1800th of a penny at the moment. Was up a bit higher yesterday. Well, let's see that in the charts probably. But the combined price of EHEX and PHEX just under 3/4 of a penny. So nice to see Hex moving back up there. Definitely a good opportunity to pick up Hex as well. So that is the results for day, day 413. We'll be starting day 414. I'm not going to go through all the gas prices and everything else like that and the validators, but we'll check out the bridge today. $102.1 million is in the bridge, so that's pretty cool. And of course, that's with ETH coming down a little bit from yesterday, and so is Bitcoin. So EHEX there has really helped lift that amount, and of course, some DAI coming over also has been positive. And if you looked at pulse alerts, DAI's been coming over and buying up some of the stuff on the market, so that's kind of bullish there too, in like $250,000 lot. So that's pretty cool. We'll keep looking at that sort of trend, given the kind of where the market is with the price of pulse down and where the market is. Maybe we'll see a lot more of that sort of magic-y carpet ride kind of activity. It's gonna be interesting to see. All right, so that's kind of cool. Let's get into some of the charts though. We can see pretty much everything's pretty green across Pulsex, incentive, Pulse, looking pretty good. I'm actually not going to deep dive too much into that. Let's jump over to the stable coins. and have a look at those. So LUSD is making a bit of a comeback, up 12%. USD Tether, which was down yesterday, up 20%. So that's pretty cool. These are the non-pegged stable coins, the ones that are trying to get to, get to 1 cent, 10 cents. Let's see what they can do. And PDI there is up 7.4% as well, back up at 31/100th of a penny. So that's kind of moving back up. Looking at the influencer coins, we've had a bit of move across here. Let's have a look at the best one. Best performance is BitBoy or Ben Armstrong's Bromance. That's up 5.75%. Solid X up 5% there, and more token from Trayvon up 5%. And so that's not too bad. Not too bad there at the moment. Probably some good pickups here. Maybe Access Alive is at 10,700. Might be a good pickup there as well. Now, what else are we going to say about that? That is kind of the overview. Let's go into the overview of Pulsechain, see what the overall market is doing. On trending, if we go trending 6 hours, let's go 24 hours. Trending 24 hours, we got 14.2 million in volume on the 24-hour there. And the top performer at the moment is Orange Man Good, so the Tang Gang out there. And of course, we've got Fruit out there as well, 15%. Launch, so Launch is a utility, so we're looking forward to projects being launched on there. I haven't checked it out. Maybe it's something we should do. Check it out, but that's up 14%. Maybe they had some news today that's pushed that price up 14%. LUSD, of course, we've covered that. That's got the no more mints but burning function, and of course that's going to be burning more and more. It's over 4%, right? So we're looking forward to that. Trying to get that burn through. And then, of course, what else we got going there? We've got Pizza in the house up 12%. Pika up 8% there as well. So we've got a couple others there. All the rest are below 10%, but we've got some green shoots all across the board there, which is nice to see. It looks like I got someone from the Syndicate in the house, have I? I do have Don, the Archie from the Syndicate, and so we're almost up to that point. We'll get Archie on as well. Now, hopefully we'll get some of the capos and Capiticinas in the house as well for the Syndicate, and we're going to give you some new details about how to join the Syndicate. We have changed the rules there to fit the market conditions, so we'll get into that too. We like to welcome new players. So if you're new, we're going to try and hold on to the ethos. I'm going to talk to Don about that. We're going to try and hold an ethos to that. So that's kind of the play there. Looks like we've got 292,000 transactions at the moment. But let's look at the top gainers before we bring on the Don. And we can see the top gainers there. Pretty similar actually on the top gainers there on the by volume. So pretty exciting there at the moment. So that's kind of the play for Pulsechain today. But we're going to get into Mafia, and in due course, I'm going to bring on the Don. We've got Property View there. Says interesting info today. Hey, thanks for that, Property View. Appreciate that. Let's bring on the Don. Hey, Archie, good to see you.
Hey, how's it going? Super. Thanks for having
me. Very good to see you. And I thought you did a wonderful job on the Don of the Dons. And definitely, it's, I don't know. I don't realize. I think they realize how good you are, but I still don't think they realize how good you are. That's going to be fun to see that play out.
Yeah, well, I appreciate it. It was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun getting to connect with those guys for the first time.
Yep. Now, has the show wrapped up now?
It's still going on. It's 2 hours in and still trucking, but I think they're starting to wind down a bit.
All right, cool. Was there any insider info you can? I see you guys got a private message. Is there anything you can talk about that, or is that private?
That was just related to the keys. That was the participation.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Well, we got some cool milestones. Hopefully, we're going to get some of the other capos. If you're watching out there, some of the capos in the syndicate, if you can get on. We're also going to be talking about how you can join the syndicate, and of course, we've changed the entry of joining as well to make it to fit the market conditions and to invite new players in. Remember, the syndicate is #1 on the Pulse Mafia and #2 at the moment on BNB Mafia, but probably not for long. And of course, I did see some OG talk on there from the OG on the BNB Mafia. I actually found that it was less the Pulse Mafia, but more the BNB Mafia. We were getting some good rivalry there.
A little bit, yeah, a little bit. They're on notice. So Lucky. He's got a very, very, very short lifespan when the game launches. Yeah. You know that, right?
Yeah. As I always say, it's going to be the unlucky life and death of Lucky. It's going to be a bit like that. I just love that tagline.
His time is coming. Coming.
Yeah. It was cool to see, the Gearheads doing the AI videos. That was really cool. This is the wonderful thing about having a wide variety of talent in the game. So it was great to see that.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, those guys really do an exceptional job with what they do, pulling that together. And I know that they're going to be working on additional ones in the future. So yeah, that is definitely great to see for the game and the ecosystem.
So it's going to be cool. What's some of the highlights that you had from that meeting with the other Dons?
I'll tell you what, just getting to connect with those guys was great. Also, I had a lot of fun in the trivia game. My competitive side came out a little bit. Unfortunately, I came up a little bit short today, but hey, it was a lot of fun.
Who do you think? Who do you think going to be some of the? Let me look a different way. Let me ask a different way. There's talk about allegiances, and some of the smaller families, obviously, they realize they're a bit vulnerable. And so, what's some of your thoughts about allegiances and any family really?
It's early to tell. I will tell you, I am impressed so far with what Hans is doing with the Grand Clan. And Lit, of course, he's got a big following. They've made a lot of traction in recent days. So who's to say what's going to happen once the game goes live? We got a long way to go on Pulse Mafia. So those rankings could be reshuffled at the lower tiers. We know who's going to be on top. The only question I've got is who's going to be in second.
Right. Okay. Anything else you want to say about that Don's meeting before we move on into covering Mafia and the game itself, and of course how to join the syndicate?
No, it was just a lot of fun, super. And so if folks haven't checked that out, I would encourage you to take the time to get up to speed.
Yeah, I'm going to look to restream that later today for to target different audience. 24-hour clock, right? So I'll probably play that on all the 3 channels for people in the UK and other places like that to check that out. So that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
Yeah. Hey, we got Colt DeFi in the chat there. Hey, Superman. Hey, Colt DeFi. Congratulations on the show. It was run really well, and everyone had a great time in there, from what I could tell. And there was plenty of fun and games in the chat and online. So that was kind of cool to see. And Corey Costa also was live streaming, which was excellent. So big shout out to Corey Costa for that.
Colt DeFi did really an excellent job with that. Appreciate it.
Yeah, and hey, look, I mean, think about how many families. I mean, that wasn't even all the families, folks, and there was so many families on that show. So it just shows you the game's off to, I think, an incredible start. So get out there, confidence, folks, and spread the word. That's all I can say.
Yeah, there really was I know they had concern about really too many families participating, right? So that's a good problem to have. Yeah.
Big Kahuna, hey, Big Kahuna, hope you're doing well. Syndicate man, all right. Colt Diva says it was fun. Ended it to be here. Hey, nice Colt Diva, I appreciate that. We're going to be talking about the Syndicate, the most feared family on Pulsechain, and we're not just saying that. People are telling us, they're pretty scared to see that on the online stuff. So good to see. And of course, you really don't want to mess around with the Syndicate. It's a good family to be a part of, but not to be an enemy of. That's all we can say. All right, so let's get into some of the Pulse Mafia before we get into how to join the Syndicate. Let's go through the game a little bit and some of the milestones. We're crushing milestones one after another every day. It just seems like crazy. So let's bring in that. So at the moment, let's see where we got here. Got to go to that format. So Archie, here is the Pulse Mafia chart on Pulsechain. What's your thoughts on this? This is the 4-hourly chart.
Oh, just incredible, right? I mean, this is what we want to see. It's a really healthy chart, right? I'm not a TA guy. I know we've got Brenton and other folks that can do that, but man, it's just the momentum that we've got right now. And really, we're only halfway to release. There's a long way to go. That vault is accelerating. This is incredibly exciting and exactly what we want to see. Yeah.
This chart looks great. And look, there's so many. I don't want to talk about some of the mechanics that are in this game, particularly because it's kind of private behind the scenes. But there's some things in this chart that are really, really cool for the Mafia Vault.
Absolutely. And you and I both know what those are. But again, those are part of the secret sauce.
Yeah. I'll be surprised. I don't know. I just felt like the Dons, probably quite a few of the Dons. It's going to be interesting. I don't want to say too much, but I think they're missing a few things in the puzzle. So
I think you're right.
Even some of the game masters, if you know what I'm talking about. So it's going to be fun to see that out. That's what happens when they're up against the Mensa Society in the Syndicate, right? So that's the way.
That's it.
Let's see here. Hey, Wookie, I've sent you a link to join into the chat here. So if you want to get on live stream, do that. Obviously, just hopefully you're in a quiet environment if you're able to do that, so we don't have much feedback in the background. But you're most welcome to come on as one of the capos. So a big shout out to Wookie the Blade, if you can join. Anyone else, of course, in the syndicate that's in the hierarchy, feel free to join in. So let's get into the other stuff that's happening. So we've got Mafia also on BNB chain. So what's your thoughts on this at the moment with the chart? Because obviously it's a different project, right? TYZZ is coming to Mafia, and it's a sacrifice, so it's a little bit different distribution.
Yeah, I mean, when you look at this chart compared to the other chart, this is a steal, right? It's a quarter of the price, thereabouts.
Yeah.
And guess what? The vault is the money on BNB is real. So if you are participating on the Pulsechain side and you're not participating on the BNB side, you're wrong, right? I mean, there's a lot of opportunity over there. The entry is looking really good. So that's all I can say about that.
I agree. And I mean, if we look at the market cap, so they've both got the same supply of tokens, right? So they've both got 800 million allocated, plus there's a billion total, right? So including the team wallets and the LPs, right?
Yeah.
And so we've got the market cap on Pulse Mafia at the moment, 1.8 million folks, and the price is currently at not just under 1900th of a penny, so just below 0.2 of a cent. But on Mafia, the price is at 0.0042, and the market cap is at 425,000. So the upside from 425 to 1.8 is pretty big on Mafia as well. Now, we know that they've actually, Cult DeFi had an interview with, I think, James. He's got about 57,000 followers on the BNB Mafia. So, stuff is happening over there. Crypto Pride's over there as well.
Mm-hmm.
He runs the Untouchables on BNB Mafia. So there's definitely things happening there. Obviously, a bit more action. But the entry at the moment is really, really generous to get in and pick up Mafia over on BNB as well.
Yeah, and you look at, I mean, if you're a person or you've got a group of people that haven't started a family yet, there's a lot more runway on the BNB side right now too. Not just in terms of the price, but in terms of the businesses that are available over there as well. There's a lot more opportunity for somebody that's new and looking for an entry point.
Yeah, so you can buy it, you can speculate, you can buy it and stake. You if you become part of a family. As you obviously can buy stuff on the marketplace as well. There's lots of things you can do with Mafia. Now let's quickly look at the vault here. So we're on Pulse Mafia here on the Pulsechain side. I might just join my wallet up here. Let's see what I can do there.
2.2 billion. Woo.
And let's switch that over to Pulsechain. Bam. And let's connect it up. All right. So yeah, look at that. 2.2 billion Pulse now in the vault. I mean, that's the big prize, right? That's the big prize draw.
That is looking juicy. And I'll tell you what, Super. I mean, we both know that this game isn't going to launch until that hits 5 billion, but it's quite likely going to hit much higher than that before the game launches because the team has to be ready. And if that thing hits 8, 10, 15 billion, you think about what those weekly payouts look like. I mean,
everyone's going to be talking about this game. Everyone's going to be talking about this game, man. And it's in DeFi code. I mean, this thing is locked away, so it's pretty exciting to see where this could go. I mean, $102,000 now. It's going up all the time, and all the new game features that are coming out just seem to be going to be feeding this game, feeding it with more options for getting that vault bigger and bigger with all the game assets and other things coming up.
Oh, without a doubt, right? I mean, we see it accelerating all the time. It's hit 2.2 billion in just this short amount of time, and with it accelerating over time, I mean, it's going to hit that 5 billion in no time at all.
Yeah. And let's quickly flick over to BNB Mafia just while we're here to look at the vault there as well. It's not normally the way I do it, but we're going to add up the vault there. So we're almost at 100 BNB. I mean, we're teasing it right now. And we got $56,700 in there. So 56,000.7. So the combined vault value at the moment, $158,700, and we're only like 15 days into Pulsechain, and maybe 6 weeks into BNB Mafia.
That sounds about right. Yeah.
Yeah, that is some crazy stuff right there at the moment happening in the 158,000. That's now. Imagine if Pulse doubled. Pulse doubles. That's instantly, gone up. BNB doubles. I mean, you're talking about over $300,000, 330 or something. It is crazy.
Yeah, and you think about what happened just a few months ago, right? When Pulsechain
Yeah,
ran up like that, and we know that's going to happen again. So,
yeah.
I mean, there you go.
And you got Mafia. I mean, Mafia is just going up as we speak, 900 penny. So this thing is real, folks. It's something that Pulsechain needed. Obviously, BNB, great for BNB chain. Lots of risk on games over there and things like that. So Mafia really has got that virality. And we already see on that Don show today just how much attention. There's a lot of project teams and influencers on that, as well as some experts and game development. Web3 and things like that. So really is starting to garner a lot more attention.
Oh, for sure. I mean, it really is just a matter of time before it catches fire.
Yeah. And the more time, people follow the green candles, they follow the big vaults, if you can get a game that has this unique feature. But the other thing is that the buy and burn, right? The buy and burn, there's so many ways of feeding the vault. You got the 4.7% buy tax, 16.6% sell tax on the Mafia token itself. But then, of course, you have crates, which are now evolved into these keys, right?
I know.
Which apparently were keys all the time. And so you got key. Oh, we got some keys in there. So you got, that's pretty amazing. I mean, look, that's what a key looks like now, folks. If you haven't seen it, you can deposit into the game. You can send it to other players. You can also send more than one to other players. It's pretty cool. In-game assets. Obviously, you can do that with in-game assets as well. They've also got a sell button now. You can sell into the market, or you can just transfer it to another player. Which may or may not be your own player. So pretty exciting stuff here.
That is so cool. Every day it seems like they're adding new features and that kind of thing, and just building on top of existing features and just adapting and evolving this game. And it's just understanding how much further we've got to go. It is very exciting.
Colt Device says a 10 billion Pulse vault pays out 300 million per week to the top families in Pulse. Today, that's $14,000 per week. Yeah, absolutely mind-blowing numbers there, Colt DeFi.
Syndicate members will get half of that.
Yeah, Syndicate members will get half of that. So I just remember that. So pretty cool. Well, that's a bit of a tease. There's a bit of a tease. All right, let's get into. Oh, I've lost Archie there. So at the moment on Pulse Mafia, we've got 618 players. We've got 16 crime families. How many did we have on the show today on the Don of the Dons?
Oh, geez, what was there?
Maybe
9, maybe
9 or something like that. And one of them was from BNB, right?
Yeah, we had people coming in and out, but yeah, I think right around there, 9.
Yeah, there's probably maybe 6 or 7 others on the Pulsechain side and many others on the BNB side, right?
Yes, sir.
That we on the show today, which is fantastic. What else we got here? We've got all the leaders at the moment. So it looks like we've got a couple of leaders. We've got Frog from the Syndicate, number 1. Hey, get used to the Syndicate being number 1, folks. There's a lot of people out there saying they're gonna be number 1, but mate, they got to get ahead of us, and that's not going to be easy. You got any thoughts on that, Archie?
I'll tell you, we've got savages, right? We have savages. We have people that are hungry. We have people that take this game seriously. They put in the work. They put in the money. They put in the time, right? And I mean, Frogs, other folks on that list. I mean, we're going to be hard to beat.
Yeah, absolutely. We got Crypto Furious says very generous family payouts. Not many other families are paying out the same amount. I don't think any others are paying out more than 50%. So talk something about that, Archie, because people are afraid of the Syndicate and they have good reason to be. But you're generous as a Don of the top family. You are a very generous Don. You're paying out the biggest payout. Give us some reason for that.
Here's the thing, right? We want to reward our people. We want to keep them loyal. It only makes sense. It doesn't make any sense at all for us to just collect money and then, leave ourselves vulnerable, right? Our strength is not in our organization. It's not in our bag size. It's not in our early entry. Our strength is in our members. We know that, we recognize that, and we will pay them back for it, right? We think everybody should be compensated very fairly, and we're very intentional about doing that. The vault payout is one way that we do that. We have several other ways, and we take that very seriously. As a Don, I'm here to serve the members. That's it.
Just like a classic Mafia family, you love your members and you pay them well. But of course, on the other hand, that's on one hand. But on the other hand, if you see betrayal, isn't it true that you have organized a cemetery for anybody that betrays the family? Is that true?
That's absolutely true. I'm not going to go into details of how we do that, but we have a mechanism for immediate retribution. We spelled it out, right? We have all of our expectations very, very clearly laid out for all of our members. Everybody knows that when they come in, and if anybody chooses to violate any of those rules, not only do you get removed from the syndicate, but you also get placed on the top of our hit list.
Fantastic, fantastic. Now, Cult DeFi says that all the Dons on the Don show earlier today earned keys for their families by attending, and the OGs chose their crates on the BNB, which is where they're playing in #1 spot at the moment. You got thoughts, anything about that?
The only thought I got there is they're going to need all the crates they can get.
They will. Hey, look, it's going to be a fun game on BNB Mafia. We're looking forward to the challenge with the OGs, and of course, hopefully they'll get used to spot #2, right, Archie? Hopefully they get used to that.
Yeah, the only question is who's got second, right? Because we know who has first on both chains.
Yeah, that's right. So #1 on both chains. That's the syndicate. What do we got there? We got some keys from Kahuna. We got Salamanca Cartel in the house there. Good to see you. I like those the skull and bones. You should get used to that. That's what's going to look like for you in the future when you look in the mirror. We got Copy Russ here. Salamanca's in the house. Yeah, indeed. It's great. It's great having the families in the house. Now let's get back to some of these leaders here. So yeah, we got syndicate #1 now. We got the Salamancas #2 there from Nunza the Whale. We got Albert there at #3.
Savage.
Savage doing amazing jobs. Big shout out to all the whales in the syndicate. Big shout out to all you, and you guys are such dedicated, hardcore players. I really do appreciate all the stuff you do. We got #4. We got Crypto Kool-Aid from Gearheads. Now he's a game designer, talks it up, right? Talks a big talk. Any thoughts on that?
Well, the only thought I got on that, Super, is just because you're a mechanic doesn't mean that you win the Indy 500, right?
I love that. That's another quote. You quote that out there, folks. You quote that out there. It's just like another quote that you made during the Don's show about there's money on both sides or something like that. That was beautiful. I love that one.
The money's real on both sides, right?
Money is real on both sides, and that was from Capo the Don 2024, folks. So mark that down. We got Carnage as well at #5 from the Gearheads and Giffordware on Gearheads as well. Now he was wearing those pimped out glasses that he had on there, those mirror glasses.
I got to give him props. He was dressed for the nines, right?
He was dressed for the nines. What else we got going? We got Activator out there at #7. He's from the Syndicate, so big shout out to Activator.
Savage. You got to look out for that guy.
Yeah, Savage for Activator. We got Nunzio at #8 at the moment, the Salamancas, and Adet there from the Hustlers. Now that's Lit Gaines, of course. And of course, he's been marching up into the spots in the families. We're going to talk about that. He's managed to get up to #5. That's going to be a difficult spot to hold. We'll get to that in a minute. But Adept at #5 there. Do you have much to say about what his comments were on the Don show?
You know, Lit always brings a really unique perspective and very insightful, I think. I mean, he tends to look at the bigger picture. I think that's great. I'm really excited that he's been involved in Mafia. And I think, they've got a legitimate shot to hold some of those lower tier positions, right?
We're at #10, rounds up there, and Tony Stark from the Gearheads. So that's the top 10 holders at the moment. Or players by worth, that's measured by worth. But talent is a different thing. So when we see that in the game, that's going to be pretty interesting. But so far, some of our lead players like Frogs and Albert and that doing absolutely amazing job. And of course, Activator as well in the top 10. Now, how many pages we got? We've got 62 pages of players now. It's crazily good. Let's go to the families on Pulse Mafia. At the moment, of course, who's at #1? Who's at #1?
I don't even know what that is. I don't even know what family that is.
Who is that guy? I don't know. That's crazy. We got yourself. It's you, Don. It's you, Don Capone.
Surprise.
Surprise. Going file in the house. we got Capone at #1, the Syndicate. And look at that worth, 213,000. The first family over 200,000 worth. And the game has not even started. We're only on phase 5. Phase 5.
And we just blew right through it. That was, I'll tell you what, the Syndicate does more on accident than other families do on purpose. We didn't even intend to do that, right? It just happened.
Yeah. We've got certain things happening at certain times and all sorts of stuff. But yeah, that was beautiful. And of course, the Mafia staked, pretty impressive. 133 million in the bank. Yeah, boy. If you want to get paid, you got to join the Mafia. Get paid.
There it is.
Anyway, so doing pretty well. And of course, the Vault access 30% of the Vault payout every week at the moment, holding at #1 spot. And yeah, once the game goes live, it's going to be a crazy house in the Mafia game. Number 2, of course, Gearheads with Giffordware and Crypto Kool-Aid in there, and some of the other players as well. We've got number 3 is this mysterious Yakuza family. So I don't think we might hear from them at some stage in the future. At number 3, pretty quiet family.
I don't know who they are, but if I were in the number 2 slot, I'd be very concerned. I would be very concerned about the Yakuza.
And they seem to be rising through the ranks as well. They passed 100,000 worth, and they're up to 117, so they're doing pretty well. So those Gearheads might get targeted possibly. We'll see.
They're closing in.
We've got the Salamancas, who's in the chat at the moment. We've got Salamanca, Cattell, and Nunzio there. They're at 95,000, doing extremely well. But hey, look, that's going to be an interesting net family. You got any thoughts on that one?
I do have thoughts. I can't really share a lot of it, but if I were the Salamancas, I would be very concerned about that 4th position with the Hustlers moving up as quick as they are.
Yeah, Hustlers have climbed a lot lately. Look at that, up to 48,000, 34 members in there now, and the Hustlers there at number 5. When that's also led by Adept. Adept is Lit Games, of course. He's got his own channel and influencers, stuff like that. So they're rising through the ranks, and they're getting currently a payout of 10%. So, yeah, pretty good there. And then we've got the 3 conditional spots, which get paid 5% conditional. And, of course, you explained that very well yesterday. Basically, if the vault payout grows the next week, then they get a payout share as well. We've got the OG gangsters who are big on BNB. They're at number 6 here. Now, we're still wondering, you still think they're going to have a go at Hustlers, or do you think they've pretty much resigned themselves to BNB? At the moment.
Well, they're not going to have a go at the Hustlers if they keep selling their items in the marketplace.
Right.
That's unless they. I think they're focused on BNB. We'll see what happens, but they're certainly not going to get any traction if they keep selling everything.
Yeah, and then the Mugnows. I don't think they were on the show today, were they? The Mugnows.
No, the Mugnows weren't. But again, it looks like they've started to build their presence on Pulse Mafia, which is good to see. They've made some good moves on the BNB side. We'll see what they can do over here.
And then we got the Grand Clan with Hansi Crypto. I think it's doing a great job as a relatively newcomer. You got any thoughts on that one?
Yeah, I'll be honest with you. I've got a little bit of a soft spot for Hans, and I hope that they do well. I think that they're making some smart moves. I think that they're, I talked to Hans a few days ago. He reached out to me for some advice, and I just told him slow is smooth and smooth is fast, right? And I think that they've taken that to heart. They're starting to work on their processes, and we'll see what happens.
All right. So what I would say is number 5 spot is going to be a real difficult spot to be in, right?
Oh yeah.
You've got 3 families that are below them that are, could make a go at the Hustlers, because the Hustlers were way down here.
Yeah.
So there's no reason why not. And then you've got the families above them. So it's a real tough spot to be in number 5.
That is the hot seat, right? Because right below those, like you mentioned, 6, 7, and 8 are the conditional payouts, and when you get into that 5th seat, that is a guaranteed payout, right? So you've got other people gunning for it. But again, I mean, the Hustlers are making moves. They got organic growth. And so if the Salamancas are serious, I mean, they really probably need to buckle down, because I can see the Hustlers moving up pretty quick.
Yeah, absolutely. Now we've got quite a lot of other families in the house that have got pretty good positions. Cosa Nostra, Supremo Stakano there. Now, this is a bit of a wildcard, this Nico guy. And we won't talk about why that's the case, but that's a bit of a wildcard. We've got the Trump family with Briz. Now, Briz seemed to be, even with the Briz being on the hit list from the Gearheads, they seem to have some sort of odd love-hate relationship with the Gearheads. So what's going on there?
It's hard to say. We've deployed agents. So the syndicate has eyes everywhere, and we'll see how that unfolds.
We got La Mano Anira there at number 12. We got obviously the OG Sopranos, both subsidiaries of the OGs at the top there at number 6. We got the Chinese Triads, which is the latest one, right? The latest team in the house, RPG there. So it'll be interesting to see what moves they do.
Yeah, I mean, really, they could they could be marshaling their resources right now, and they could shoot up and start competing for some of those lower tier positions, right?
And then we've got another team. This team is like the Gearheads in many ways, because they have their own token ecosystem and stuff like that. But the Greys are coming with their token ecosystem as well. with Coach X and I think it's Hayden and the others that we interviewed them the other day on this channel. So the Greys are in the house there. That's going to be interesting to see what they do. At the moment, only got one member in there at the moment. What are you expecting from them? Because they were in the Don show.
It's hard to say, Super. I'll tell you what. I mean, you and I know, the other people in the syndicate know. I'm sure the OGs know, gearheads know. To run a family, it's work, right? And if you got split priorities, that's a difficult thing to do. But again, who's to say? You know, it depends on how they buckle down.
Now we know that there was internet money and KG was in the game, but apparently the gearheads did a video, and that video killed them off. I don't know what happened.
Silent kill. Silent kill before the game launched, right?
Silent kill before the game started. So, rip KG, we're thinking of you, mate. And we wish you well. We wish you well in the heavenlies of the Mafias, so to speak. We've got a few comments. Let's go to comments before we get into a few of these other things. Let's get in here. Where are we up to? Crypto Fury says, predicted syndicate family worth at launch. That's difficult, isn't it? Just up and to the right. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, that is who I didn't expect us to be at 200,000 as quick as we are, right? I mean, if this goes on for, that's all I'm going to say about that. That's all I'm going to say about that.
We got Colt DeFi says, Hansy got the last slot machine today on Pulse Mafia. Yeah, we're well ahead of that. We get that intel pretty quick. That's comes through the Telegram group as well. But yeah, the congratulations to Anzi, very good. Well, very worthy of that last slot machine for sure. I wonder what city is it's in, because we want them to be safe.
That's a good question.
Crypto Fury, I think it was it's Detroit. It might have been Detroit or something like that. First, not Detroit. I'm kidding. I think it was New Jersey or something like that. First family to 1 milli, says Crypto Fury. Oh, well, it's got to be the syndicate. If it's any family, it's got to be syndicate.
That's right. Yeah.
All right. So that's kind of cool. Let's get back into it. We've got lots more to talk about. We're going to get up to how to join the syndicate soon. We got the new rules around that, so this is perfect to have the Don in the house. Now, as you guys know, let's jump over to the crates. Crates are in the game, and now we call them keys, right? So keys, you need a key to unlock. There can be multiple things in the crates and so forth. So now the keys are very, very important. Do you want to say anything about the keys?
Again, new features being added all the time. Previously, we know that the keys were basic crates, right? Crates were converted to keys, but a whole lot of new functionality was released. I would, if I were a Don of a family and I were serious about playing this game, I would take a look at what those changes really mean. Yeah,
absolutely. Apparently, we got some breaking news here. Let me just go back to there. We got Alpha News. Jacob will be streaming with RH Max on Wednesday to do a deep dive into the Mafia tech. Isn't that fantastic?
That is
RH
awesome.
Max is a perfect person to cover this sort of stuff. So big shout out RH Max there. Awesome news. Breaking news. Another influencer covering Mafia as well. One by one, they keep coming. And why not? It is just an incredible game that's going to do incredible things for not only Pulsechain, but for everybody playing. As long as you don't get killed, right?
RH Max is such a smart guy and does a great job for the ecosystem. That will be a really great stream to watch.
Crypto Furious is learning you can get Mafia tokens from keys is cool as well. Absolutely. 50 million, folks. That was the news released on the Don show. 50 million Mafia up for grabs in the game from keys. That's crazy. And I wonder what the top prize is.
5 million. 5 million
is the top prize.
Yeah, that is a non-trivial amount, right? That is significant.
5 million folks in a crate that could have 5 million Mafia. That is a huge amount of money. I mean, that's what 5 2s are 10. Is that $10,000 right now?
That is $10,000. Yep.
Wow, fantastic. All right, we did some maths on the thing. Let's get back to it. We got more to talk about. So these keys might open up a crate. Now, is that active yet? Is that live yet, or
the crate as far as the keys opening up crates?
Yeah,
I think so. Yeah,
with Mafia in it.
Oh, I don't know. I've been
currently the in-game assets which you can store by. Oh, we got key items. Okay, key items here. One key, 3 keys. I say so you could win a key with. So a key can win a key. So that's the other thing, right? A key can win a key.
Yeah.
But is the Mafia one up as well? That's my. Or was it just a random thing?
The Mafia, I don't know. I do know that now that the business objects are gone on the Pulsechain side, you can win key bundles or you can win Mafia, with the top prize of Mafia being, and the keys are not limited, but Mafia is, from my understanding.
So basically, the key items now you could say is the new jackpot. Is that maybe?
I think it's both, right? And we know that previously the shop, or the not the shop items, but the business objects had a 2% probability of hitting them on the first run. So as far as what those new probabilities for key items and what that Mafia reward looks like, it's going to be interesting.
So I guess at the moment you could open up one of these game items, which is important, but you could also open up a key item, and you maybe you open up one of those Mafia rewards as well.
Potentially, yeah.
If you're lucky on that. Maybe we should open one up. But anyway, if you want to get keys, you can buy keys, right? So you can use Pulsex and send an e-die to buy a key, and good luck to you. And you can use the keys as well to try and win some of these in-game assets, including keys and Mafia from the looks of it. So that's pretty cool. Let me just open up here. I'm just going to post this link here if you want to join Mafia. It costs 2,000 Mafia to join, which is what, maybe what's that? $4 at the moment, is it? On Pulse Mafia, maybe.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Maybe $1.80 or something like that on B&B Mafia, so much cheaper there. But you can join up, get a player. You can have more than one player, and we strongly suggest that you join a family. Obviously, the Syndicate. We're going to talk about how to join that, but that's pretty cool. Let's open up a crate while we're here. We'll just do one at the moment for the time being. And we'll see what we get. Are we going to get in-game asset? What's going to happen? Are we going to be lucky and get the 5 million Mafia?
Oh, man.
I doubt that.
You never know. Got to keep hope alive, right?
You just never know, though, do you? You never know. But pretty crazy. So crates, you can buy crates now, folks, $20. Get keys. So buy keys, I should say, and get for $20. And you never know your luck there. You could win up to $10,000 from the sounds of it straight off the gate. There are a lot of good in-game items available from the looks of it, so we'll see what we get. Let's scroll here. I was waiting for that to tick over. Any other insights from the Don's things that have come to mind since we've been streaming?
Just a lot of really good conversation. Again, it was good to connect with all those guys and get perspectives, right? And also put some people on notice.
Well, after this crate, we're gonna quickly get into. We might have a quickly check out the game wiki on keys, because I think it's pretty important. Then we'll get into how to join the Syndicate family, and then we might jump over to B&B. How does that sound?
That sounds great.
Because we are playing. The Syndicate is playing on both chains, the Pulse Mafia and the B&B Mafia, and so it's pretty important. Oh, there's keys in there. Look at that. Did you see the key item? That's new. That's fine. That's fantastic. Let's land on a key. Come on down. Oh, we're so close. We got so close. I'll take the money, though. I'll take the money. And, of course, now we're after the big money. Let's see what we get. Getting some of those big money caches. That's very, very useful. So let's see how we go. That's a whole other element of the game that's going to be coming out, right? 350. I'll take that. That's pretty decent.
That's solid.
So that's pretty cool. We're going to come back and open up another key. But before we do that, let's jump over to the game wiki and have a quick look at that, because I'm pretty sure we got some stuff on keys. Yeah, we read this out yesterday, but it's worth looking at again. Keys are an important part of the economic model of Mafia. Keys have multiple purpose, functionality in the game. Some of the things you can use for keys. You can open crates. You can secure family map locations. Now, this is going to be a big deal for Dons like yourself, Archie. Yeah, the securing family map locations. So there's whole strategy around keys. So that's going to be pretty important. Now, do you think that this is automatically going to give you a key? If you get a key, and is this going to be a prize, or is this something that you're going to need keys to lock down a place to have a certain amount of keys or something? How do you think it's going to work?
Yeah, it's going to, I don't know right off the top of my head, right? But I do think, I mean, the more keys that you have, the better, you're going to be in a better position when these features are released. Okay,
cool. We've got some breaking news here. I think we're just going to have to interrupt this broadcast. But we got a PulsePot Jacob from the PulsePot team, the developer. OG NFT update pushed live now. So I guess that means that the keys have been allocated to the to the OG NFT holders from TRH and TYCZ. Is that the way you understand it?
I think that's right. So that's, if you are an OG NFT holder, that is going to be the gift that keeps on giving. So if you got into this ecosystem back in TYH days and sacrifice for TYCZ, I mean, you're going to get paid. You're going to get paid continuously through that.
Actually, we've got some intel on that further. So let's go to that. We've actually got in the wiki here. So it says OG NFT holders were airdropped 8,000 keys on Pulse and 4,000 keys on BNB. And OG NFT holders get airdropped the keys every 30 days. So I guess if you're an OG member on TRH holder and you got the original airdrop of Mafia tokens, or on TYCZ Sacrifice holder that you got that as OG NFTs, you would have probably checked your wallets, right? Because you probably have these keys in your wallet right now. OG NFT holders get airdrop keys every 30 days as well. So the game just keeps on giving, which is beautiful, especially as the game grows. So big shout out to Jacob and the team for that. So you can check your wallets today and start, using your own keys. Oops, I just realized I missed your Archie. Sorry about that.
Oh, it's all good.
We got so that's big news.
Yeah, that is awesome. That is, I mean, again, believers in Jacob's ecosystem are getting rewarded, right?
Justin says, facts. I have a level 4 OG NFT on TRH. It has been a gift that has definitely paid multiple times. Yeah, I know that originally with TRH, there were some people over there that were a little bit unhappy, but I think they've got to be very happy now, right? Because the Mafia token's going up and up and up. The Mafia vault's going up and up and up. The value they're getting in the game is going up and up and up. So what are your thoughts on that, Archie?
Oh, I mean, you're absolutely right. I mean, I've been a mod and an admin in a lot of Jacob's groups, right? Along with a lot of the other syndicate members. We've seen people complain over the last several months. We haven't heard a peep on the Pulsechain side at all about anything, right? I think everybody's very happy. I certainly am. And we've got an awful lot to look forward to, especially with the way this game is shaping up and the way the prize charts are looking. Yeah.
There's so many things coming down the pipelines for this game, everybody. It's just absolutely amazing. It really is well worth getting on into this game and having some fun. Remember, it is a risk-reward game, so it is a play to win. But, there's lots of tactics you can use to give yourself some protection and things like that, and also, shifting assets and things like that. So it's going to be a lot of fun. That's the link there, Pulse Mafia, if you want to join up and play today. Also, get in the family. Now, we're just going to finish off these keys section because there's lots more stuff. Now, increase HQ, that's going to be really important. So how that's going to work, that's going to be pretty good. We got the Mafia map as the next step in the game launch, which is step number 6. And yeah, Mafia mats is going to be really important.
Very exciting. Very excited for that update.
Purchase helpers, that's going to be something you can get. Family creation as well. So that's going to be important now. Now, family creation, wasn't there something about them lowering the cost to set up a family now? Because typically it's been 500,000 Mafia. Now, obviously on Pulsechain, that's getting more expensive relative to BNB. You got thoughts on that?
Yeah, I know Jacob jumped in the Telegram the other day and said that they're going to be lowering it. I don't know if they have already, but I mean, with the price of Pulse Mafia spiking like it had, I mean, I think the family creation was jumping up to what, $1,200, $1,300, $1,400. So yeah, I think it just makes sense. You don't want to price new people out. So I think that they are going to be lowering that. I
was pretty sure that was going to come down. It's currently still saying 500,000. So we'll see how that goes in terms of, because obviously the value there. Now, sometimes that's just a derivative of the success of the game, right? You have a fixed price, and if it gets more expensive, it's just because the game's more expensive to play, and that's a sign of success, right? So,
yeah, definitely a good problem to have.
Yeah. So, but anyway, you just kind of want to, keep the I guess the player value down. Now we've got other things here, killing users. So keys are going to be useful for killing users. That's going to be interesting.
That will be interesting.
Kill simulation attempts as well. That's going to be an interesting feature. I mean, you would really love that, given your background.
That's something I wish I could comment more on right now, but I'll just say I'm very excited for that.
Obviously, you can sell keys on markets, so you can do that already. Sell keys on markets. I think we go to marketplace. You can actually filter by keys. Key and key items. Woohoo! That's right. We got a new category there. We got keys, which I didn't talk about yesterday, Archie.
Yeah, so I mean, here we've got individual keys, and you can, if you go to key items, you can buy those key bundles as well. So if you buy one of those key bundles, you can break those up and sell those as individual keys, which is
wow,
really cool.
That.
Yeah.
Look at that. And you can break up the 7 game keys. These are using 1155 contracts. Is that right?
I believe so. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Oh wow! So this keeps getting better and better. And what else we got there? Organized crimes. That's going to be pretty fun. I don't know, what that means, but plus this is the big thing here. Look at this: plus 20 other use cases for these keys. These keys are going to be really important, folks, in the game. And when you use them, how you use them, right?
Absolutely. The one, I mean, just being conscious of how you, what resources you acquire and how you deploy those resources is going to be very important in this game, as we know, and keys are going to be central to that.
So how do you keys? Obviously purchased at about $20, $19.99. You can might find a good offer on the marketplace, which we talked about. So you now can purchase the keys at $20, or you can go to the marketplace, like we say, and filter for keys and or key items and make bids, or buy now, depending on what they've got on there at the moment. So if you think of benchmarks $20, that's kind of the play there. What else we got in here? I think that was it. Yeah, OG NFTs, the drop is down, folks. You heard it from Jacob, the man himself, that the OG update is live. So check your wallets. Woohoo! Go for gold. And maybe you decide when you're going to use them. You can open them now and try and get some in-game assets and further prizes, or you can you can hold them off for strategic reasons. Yeah, pretty awesome. And you're going to get OG holders going to get airdrops every 30 days. It's mind blowing. It really is.
I'm so excited for this. I mean, as this game, when I was on the Dawn stream, I was just talking about, I mean, I really do feel that I've been a part of a lot of different communities, a lot of different teams, and throughout my life, just a varied background, which I won't go into. But when you're in the middle of something, when it's special, it's something that you can look back on in a few years and just remember how fun it was. What we've got going on in the Syndicate and in this game right now is so exciting. I truly believe that and feel that we're building something special. Jacob is building something special here. It's incredible.
Yeah, it's very exciting. We're getting people doing 3D AI videos now. I mean, this is where the game is starting to evolve from. Mention what other innovations are going to come out from the community as well.
It's so cool. I mean, we see that same thing within the Syndicate all the time. Just people having ideas and acting on those ideas and doing different things. And other families also, Gearheads, obviously doing great work. Other families are as well. And that's all good for really all of our success.
Well, I think that the Syndicate is organizing in probably the most fundamental way to win the game. And I think that's the secret sauce that's going to play out for holding #1 spots and things like that, and getting the biggest payouts. So I think we're focused on it's all about focusing on the right things, but everything adds to the virality of the game, which was exciting. Now we also got here, what's a key game? What's a game key? All main assets of the protocol can be bridged in and out of the game. This is how users manage their risk. So that risk management is really important. You can wrap your NFT key. This will burn your NFT key and mint you a game key. So there we go, NFT and a game key there. All in-game assets can be lost, so just remember that. But there we are, a bit of risk management. All right, now let's get into how people can become part of the Syndicate, which is the #1 family on Pulse Mafia, and #2 on BNB. And we've got some new rules. So let me just pull up some of the information there. I think I've got a little bit here. So do you want to talk about that, Archie? I'm going to post the links to if you want to join the Syndicate. I'll just post these in the chat, and then we'll get you to talk about them.
Yeah, absolutely.
So this is the joining link on Telegram for the Syndicate. If you want to join up to that on the Pulse Mafia. So if you're on the Pulsechain side, and then that's what you can do there. If you're on the BNB side, you can join up there. But we've got some news around this. Now, BNB, the Syndicate does have a joining fee, but we've got news around that fee. So I'll let you take it away from here, Archie, if you want.
Yeah, super. Well, look, when we started this, it was important to have a membership fee in place. That provided a barrier for entry and expression of commitment to join the family, along with the other things that we do in our vetting process, right? And I won't go into details around that, but those are very important. We really intend on building quality into our family, as opposed to just opening the barn door and letting anybody in and then having to deal with those problems, which is just a compounding issue. We knew that very early on. But what we didn't want to do is price people out. We don't want to gouge people. We have no interest in exploiting new members for any reason. That was never the intent. So very much like how Jacob is going to be modifying the family join fee, that was a function of the price going up, right? And when we first started this on Pulsechain and BNB chain, it was what, $40-50 to join the family. So you could join both sides, because we had a membership fee on both sides initially to join. We took a look at that yesterday. We had a new somebody that was really interested, but it just to join the Pulsechain side, it would have cost what, like $240, right? Which is, that's just not fair. That's not what we want. That's not how we want people to deploy assets, and we don't want to take advantage of people. So I think we just made a common sense decision. We said, hey, what should this look like? How about let's make it a flat $100. Let's streamline the process. So you pay that fee one time. That gives you access to join our families on both chains now, right? That's payable in PLS, in BNB, or in Mafia, either P Mafia or B Mafia. All of those are okay. And again, the vetting process is still the same, but we thought it was necessary at where we're at right now in terms of the price charts and the game growth to make that change. And we think that's very positive. On the other side of that too, even if we have some members that have joined exclusively the BNB side and some on the Pulsechain side, we wanted to break down that, really reduce the friction for participation across chains. And so now our members can participate in both sides as well, if they've even joined one side. And that changes point forward. That's the way we're going to be doing things. So hopefully, already we've seen members working across both chains, which I think is great for the family. It's great for the members, and it's great for the game.
So in summary, you've now moved to a flat fee of $100 payable in Pulse, BNB, or Mafia. And that's fantastic. But not only do you get access to one family spot, you get access to two, both on Pulse, Mafia, and BNB. So that is fantastic. And there's a lot more secret sauce in that we're not talking about on live stream, but there's a lot more benefits in there as well. And of course, the syndicate itself pays the most, right? So not only are we in number one spot on Pulse Mafia, number two spot on BNB Mafia, but we actually pay the most out of the family share. We're not greedy. You've got a lot of love for your family, and 50% is going down to the foot soldiers, as we say.
Yeah, I mean, that's just a common sense thing, right? We know that our greatest asset, if I know you and I were talking, Max, and others were talking within the family about keeping information secure and all that, which is all very important. Every family should take those things into consideration. But the one thing that you can't replicate that we have is our members, right? That's we have the best members in this game, and we want to reward them.
Yeah. We've got a huge number of members, folks, in the game, very supportive of each other. We've also got a good number of the businesses in key cities. We've also got the biggest bank. We've also got the biggest payout on Pulsechain at 66 million, and that's going to continue to grow. The price of Pulse goes up, it grows, and of course the US dollar value grows. So it's absolutely huge. And we've got tons of bullets and tons of guns, and we're ready for fight. We've got everything that you want. Super smart Mensa level people in the team from lots of backgrounds we don't talk about, but it's pretty amazing. And you guys get to join. So if you do want to join, like I say, $100 to join, flat fee, and you join either through the Pulsechain side or the BNB side, but you get access to both chains and the rewards in both chains for $100. So it's pretty awesome. Now there is a vetting, right? We do have a vetting process, so you won't just get in willy-nilly. You got any insights into the vetting process on that, Archie, just that you can talk about at least?
Yeah, the one thing I would say on that is I don't let that dissuade you from reaching out to us, right? That is in place because we care about our members. We care about our security. We take this game very seriously. We treat this like a startup. And as such, we want to make sure that the people coming into our family, that their values align with ours, right? And if they don't, we'll recognize that as not being a good fit. And we've rejected, oh geez, I would say probably collectively folks with 30 to 40 million Mafia. So even if you're a big bag holder, it doesn't matter what you have. It doesn't matter your inventory items. If we don't think you're a good fit, you're not getting in. But even if you're a small bag holder and we think you are a good fit, you're absolutely welcome to the family.
All right, fantastic. So, folks, if you want to join, you know the links are right there. You can join the Pulsechain, or you can decide to join on BNB, or both. You'll get access to the rewards on both. We're going to have, obviously, the Vault rewards. We're going to have, if you get promoted through the game, there's promotion ranks. We're going to have promotion income. Is that right, Don?
Absolutely. One of the many benefits. Yep.
Yeah. Obviously, you can do things in the game like yourself. You can do your own activities, crimes, and things like that to rank up. The higher the rank you get, the more of the rewards you get. You obviously can play, you can trade the market, buy low, sell high, all that sort of stuff. You can try and get, kill people for the best assets. There's lots of things you can make money on the game. And of course, crates and keys and things like that. So there's lots of opportunities. And the game is early. This game, what do you think the amount of, like we saw Cult DeFi talking about 10 billion pulse in the vault, but I mean, the US dollar value of this game could get absolutely unbelievable, right? People are going to talk about it when it starts getting into, potentially into the millions, possibly. So.
Yeah, I mean, I get chills thinking about what that could do, right? But again, we just try to take one day at a time. But
one day at a time,
yeah. I mean, the wild card is when the team is ready. But I mean, could this thing get 8, 10, 15 billion PLS? It's very possible. And if we saw what we saw earlier in the year happen to that PLS price, that can do some silly numbers.
It's mind blowing how quickly that re-rates in value. And at the moment, Pulse is just filling up in there. Right now, it is crazy. I mean, just have another look at the vault here on BNB. We've got almost 100 BNB in there, and this is designed to start at 500 BNB. So you're talking about 5 times that. It's $250,000 US right there, just at the current price of BNB before the game starts. And of course, the families at the moment on BNB, the Syndicate is number 2, and it's a good chance we're heading for number 1. We're not going to let Lucky and that get away with an easy lunch.
Oh, there's no chance. There's no chance.
Yeah. So. It's going to be a lot of fun, folks. And like I say, the Syndicate on BNB is here as well. You're going to hear the stories in the future about the unlucky life and death of Lucky. But that's kind of the play there at the moment. We got huge bank. We're doing pretty well. And of course, 50% family share over there too, which is number 1. And just have a quick look at, we're going to go back to Pulsechain, but the vault's huge, right? There's, like I say, we could, by the time the game starts at the current rate, we're looking at over $250,000 on there in the vaults. And on the Pulse Mafia side, which is well more advanced in terms of hitting the game start, is currently 2.21 billion, over $101,776 right now. That is crazy, and of course that's over 40% the way there. So you're talking about well heading towards the $250,000, $250,000 there too, pretty much. So you're talking about a $500,000 game minimum at the moment before the game starts. So some huge rewards.
Yeah, that is incredible. Every time I look at it, it just keeps going up and up, and it's awesome.
So you could easily see in a couple of months, all things go well. I mean, Pulse just does a 2x. You're talking about suddenly $1 million game.
Easily.
In terms of, obviously BNB does 2x as well. You're talking about $1 million game. So pretty exciting. Yeah. And Pulse is much easier, more likely to do that. So, it's going to be a lot of fun. Now, I was going to talk about something else here just quickly. I'm going to open up another crate here. I'll use a key. Let's go here. Actually, it's got, I just noticed here, it's got 9 key NFTs, and it's also got OG NFTs on the breakdown here. So it actually tells you the 2 different types of keys here. So these are not OG NFTs, these are just normal keys. That's kind of cool. Let's see how we go. Let's see if we can win some keys. See if we can win some keys, yeah, boy. All right, let's go for that. Bam. We've got Cult DeFi says this is a great recruitment stream, lads. Streams like this and GIF animations are becoming the new standard. Absolutely, Cult DeFi. We're with you on that 100%. And look out for our animations coming out soon. All right, see ya. I don't know. I was just enjoying being in the Don show, just putting in all these different things to wrap people up. It was kind of fun.
Yeah, wasn't that cool? I saw some of the chat going on. That was awesome. We had a lot of people in there. It's funny.
Yeah. I saw it was pretty hilarious. It's like, yeah.
I think we added a couple people to our hit list in that 2 hours.
Yeah. Let's have a look. Yeah, I saw that. He added at least 3 people on that list during the chat. I thought that was pretty funny. Hey, look, we're just joking. No, I'm kidding. We're serious. What's real? What's truth? What's real?
Yeah, the funny part of it is there's a bit of truth to it. So
yeah. Oh, bullets. Let's get some bullets here. That'd be pretty cool to get some big bullets. So let's see how we go here. How are we doing on the live? An hour and 12. We're doing pretty good. All right. Let's scroll down through some of this. I just quickly want to go through B&B. I think it'll probably be our last topic there. B&B, we'll go through a bit more detail. Cool. So let's jump over to B&B and have a look at how the game is performing over there. Obviously, we've got the chart at the moment. We've talked about that. A huge opportunity to get on that one. And, of course, let's get into it. We've got 824 families over there. 16 crime families are pretty much the same number, but different families. They're not all the same. And, of course, the vault nearly 100 B&B, which is about 20% the way towards the target for launching. And we've got some of the top players. Very different list. Bob Tiller the Hun here, number 1 for the OGs. The Mugnows, the Don actually is the Mugnows, number 2. We've got Ice Pick Willie from the Syndicate is our top player there. Capone, of course, is yourself. So congratulations on number 4 spot there.
Appreciate that.
Vixen at number 5, the OGs. Corn Hollow there, no family. 11 million in the wallet there. Interesting.
Very dangerous. Very dangerous. Mr.
Number 7, Ice Pick. And that's in the Syndicate, and of course the governor there, the Syndicate. Syndicate really dominating, eh? Dominating. You don't have to be number 1 spot, by the way, to dominate, right? In terms of the players' leaderboard. And of course, we've got number 9 and 10 are the OGs. So really, the Syndicate and the OGs really dominating, and with an honourable mention for the Mugnows there.
Yeah, and the Mugnows, I would say they're in kind of a unique position because they're all the way over in Europe, right? So they might have a little bit of room to spread their wings. But the other thing I would say about this list, Super, just like you pointed out the other day, what you see of the Syndicate is only about 10%, right? Everything else is under the water. Right.
We've got Justin says this is a very important thing. The OG NFTs add a lot to your wealth in the game. Pretty dope, says Justin. So that wealth effect from items is very important to understand the game, isn't it?
Yeah. That's going to be interesting to see how that plays out.
Brennan's, because that could shuffle things a little bit. The Brendan says the hit list is long, says Brennan. The hit list is long.
Getting longer by the day.
So that's the top players. Let's have a look at the families. We've got 16 families. We got the OGs. Oh, we got someone else coming in from the family. Let's see who it is. Wookie the Blade. So big shout out to Wookie. Here's Wookie the Blade.
What's up, Wookie?
Hey, how we doing, boys?
Good to see you.
I've just been out doing some small crime stuff around the neighborhood.
I like your style.
Fantastic, by the way. You look fantastic.
Oh, cheers. Yeah. No, I'm just trying to represent the Syndicate. So I'm just getting in the mood, in the mood.
That's what I'm talking about.
What's some of the crimes that you've just been performing? I can see.
Well, I've chased away a few pets around the neighborhood, scared them. So there's a few people wandering around as we speak, looking for their cats and dogs. It's a bit unfortunate.
Well, you know that a lot of the Mafia family dons have cats and dogs, don't they? They pet those, and so
we'll be coming for their pets. There's no doubt about it, Super. We're definitely coming for their pets. Yep.
Remember, what's that movie with the dick guy with his dog? Remember he got his dog killed. It was all hell broke loose.
Oh well, there you go. I mean, they definitely like their animals. If you recall, there was that movie where the horse's head ended up in his bed, which was quite unusual.
Was that The Godfather? Was it?
It was a Godfather, yeah.
Yeah, that was. So that just sums up this game, right? You know, you're gonna have to protect not only all your items, you're gonna have to protect your pets, right?
Yeah, probably the biggest problem we'll have in the game will be the SPCA trying to take us down. Probably have SPCA agents.
I've had a lot of trouble with the SPA over the years, Super. I mean, they've tried to take me in many a time.
Mm-hmm. All right, we were just getting into the Mafia game, so thanks for joining. We know that you've been down at the Mafia club, so you've just come back from that as well. Great to have you on board. We've got so we've got the different positions in the B&B Mafia, Archie. We've got the OG gangsters at #1 with Lucky as the Don. And guys, I know that you and Lucky, because you're the capo of the Syndicate at #2, you and Lucky have a bit of a war going on already before the game's even got started, in a sense.
We do, Super. And like I said before, unfortunately for Lucky, it's not going to play out well. And that's probably going to happen on day one.
As I always like to say, it's going to be the unlucky life and death of Lucky the Don. That's going to be pretty good.
A very brief life.
A brief life, yeah. And then we've got the Mugnows at #3. And then we've got this mysterious Yakuza again popping at #4. Haven't seen them on the Don show. We've got Illuminati as well. There's these globalists everywhere. And at #5. And then, of course, they're the ones getting paid out, right, from the vault. So the 10% of the vault every week gets paid out. The top family gets 30% and the bottom family gets 10% there. Of course, at the moment, the Syndicate's at 25%. But I'm pretty sure it's not going to be too long before we get back up to that 30%. It's going to be pretty interesting. Watch the space on that, folks. We got Coastal Notion at #6 and the Peaky Blinders and the Untouchables at #7 and 8. And they're all got conditional payouts of 5%, which will depend on the following week's payout being higher than the previous week's for that payout. Now, we did see Crypto Pride in the Don show, right? And he's a B&B influencer. And he's in the Untouchables, so it was great to see him. I think he's a great guy, it's going to be interesting. You got any comments on that, Archie?
Yeah, I like Pride. He is a great guy. They did say they're looking for a consigliere. The #2 position is open, so if somebody wants to hop in there, that might be an opportunity. It looks like Cosa Nostra and the Peaky Blinders, they might be on sabbatical. So we haven't seen much out of them recently. So there's opportunity there.
So we might have some of the teams might awaken though, right? So this is the thing. So you might be quiet at the moment. Some of them might awaken when they see what's at stake. So that's also the play there. We're going to jump past the OG Escobars. They're both different side cities there from the OGs at the top there. Then we've got the Cartel at #10 with Crazy. Have you had any interaction with him?
Not a peep. Not a peep.
Yeah. And #11, we've got the Clan with Rick. So we've got quite a few other families over there on B&B. It's a very different environment on the than on the Pulsechain. So it's going to be, if you're on both chains, you got two different markets you got to understand, right?
That's right. Yeah, they have a lot of liquid too. Looks like the Clan does.
Yeah, they do 10 million, 11 million there, so it's quite a lot. Mm-hmm. Then we've jumped through to #13. We've got Los Salvajes, Francisca, and have you heard anything from them?
No, I know that they stood up. What was it, a couple of weeks back, and really haven't seen any moves out of them since then.
And then we've got Mafia Group by Gengi here. Any word on that?
Yeah, those bottom three, nothing.
Now this high table, Nucky, they're a pretty dangerous family out there. This one here, but they're just sitting there small at the moment. Or do you think we'll hear much from them?
I would keep an eye on them. If I were in Europe, I might be concerned about them.
Yeah, right. He's a pretty vicious dude. And then this most twisted name in all the game, in my view, the Salvation Army with William Booth. I don't know if you've had any interaction, but that's twisted. That's twisted. That family could be crazy. The
last time I saw them was at Christmas time. That was it.
Yeah, those are the families. Those are the crime families on B&B. Obviously, there's crates as well, but the crates have got further to go, right? There's still 71 businesses remaining, whereas all of them have gone on Pulse Mafia at the moment.
A lot of opportunity there. There's a lot of runway yet on B&B Mafia, and with the price where it's at, with those businesses being available like they are, it's a really good opportunity for folks.
So you can obviously buy keys over here, but you've got different tokens. You've got BNB, USD Tether, USDC. All you have to do is switch over your wallet, by the way, to BSC chain. And of course, you can find that link on BSC Scan or within, I think, MetaMask or whatever wallet you're using. And you can just toggle between the two chains, 2 games on each chain just by using this toggle here as well. And let's not forget there's actually a chat group as well, main chat and family chats. And that's going to continue to evolve as we come to the communication phase. So things are going to get pretty exciting now. And of course, they would have the OG crates over here as well, OG and NFTs. So, and of course, can we see that? Yeah, we've got keys already. Look at that, keys. Woohoo! 100 keys. Man, that's some insane stuff for it right there.
Oh, the Mafia's there too.
Yeah, Mafia's there too. Yeah. We got Mafia items. Oh boy, we see that. Was that showing? Maybe I didn't see that on the Mafia side because I didn't scroll over. But we actually got the Mafia rewards there too, all the way up to 5 million. Wow.
Yeah, I think that's the update they just pushed.
Maybe it is just an update because I don't know if that was there, but
I don't think it was.
Let's go to. I'm over on the Pulsechain side quickly. Let's have a look there. So there it is there. Woohoo! Man, oh man, that's some big prizes. So people getting keys and stuff like that can be really important. Nice on that one. And of course, you can buy them. But of course, if you've got the OG ones, you're going to airdrop OG ones. So pretty exciting. All right, I think we're going back there. Let's go back to the Mafia just one more time. This BNB Mafia. So yeah, big opportunity to pick up Mafia on the market compared to Pulse Mafia at the moment. Obviously, there's a different interest level at the moment, but hey man, things can continue to turn around quite a bit. And what else are we going to say about this? It's got a different contract, of course. The contract ends in 4111. The buy and sell tax are the same, so you need a 5% buy slippage and a 20% sell slippage. But even if you're not playing, you can speculate. I mean, there's all sorts of opportunities in the game, but the vault just continues to get bigger and bigger. So food for thought there. Any final comments about the BNB one there?
Really not for me. I mean, it's again a lot of opportunity. A lot of the focus right now is on the Pulsechain side. I think just from the momentum that's gaining over there. But we're very serious about participation on the BNB side. We know that the OGs are as well. The money on that side is real, like I said. So I don't know if Wookie, if you have anything.
No, I think you're right. I think if we can get one chain to launch, I think that'll definitely spur on the other chain, right? I think people will then realize there's 2 chains. They're making money on one chain. Why not go and play it on the second train, right? And so it's all tides rise, all ships, right? So I think that's how that's going to work.
Just remember, everybody, at the moment, the Syndicate is number 1 on Pulse Mafia, number 2 on BNB Mafia, and not for long, we're chasing that number 1 spot. You can be assured. And you get paid on, you pay one fee, $100 to join. If you do get accepted, then you will benefit from both sides as long as you've got players on both sides. So and the more you play, the bigger you get in the game, the more of that reward you get. So any comments on that one, Archie?
I think you nailed it, Super. I really don't have anything additional to add, but yeah.
Yeah. And so if you want to join up today, the Pulsechain one there, $100 you can pay in PLS, Mafia, or BNB. And of course, you get access to both chains. And of course, we're dominating. So you want to get into a winning team. And of course, that is the BNB as well. Now, obviously, the first week of the game is going to be carnage. But of course, we're setting ourselves up to battle hardy as well for that first week. Got any comments on the first week, Archie?
It's going to be wild. It's going to be what we're going to see a lot of action. I think a lot of people are thinking that not a lot of things are going to happen in the first week. The first day, expect some action. I guarantee some action from us. Wookie, you know what I'm talking about.
Absolutely. Oh, it's going to be crazy, I think. I think people are going to underestimate the first few days. It's just going to be chaotic, I think. And people are going to be surprised by the moves that are made, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. And the number of players in the game is growing all the time. So by the time we actually launch, this game is going to be huge in number of players. I don't think people are really catching on because we've been here from the beginning. We already see the growth is just starting to really explode. And the people are telling other people, and the game's there's going to be so many. Who's over there? Who's over there? Who's over there? And if you're not good at the game, you could get yourself quickly into a place you don't want to be.
I think you're gonna have to think quick. I think you're gonna have to be on your toes and be ready for the unexpected, right?
Justin says, I hit the Mafia. So you actually hit one of the Mafia categories. Unfortunately, I only got 15,000 in his Mafia there. But congratulations on the win, nevertheless. And what else there? We got that'd be about $30, would it? 15,000 on the Pulse Mafia, about $30, I think. We got Crypto Furia. They'll be ringing the bell. Says Crypto Furia. They'll be ringing the bell. And we got Fast Abdul in the house there with the camels. Some people will be needing the camels. That's where they'll be trying to hide from the syndicate over in the desert somewhere, hoping they don't get whacked. So that's true. All right. Let me just jump over there. Just one moment. Let me just do something here. Bam, bam, bam.
So Wookie, what other crimes did you participate in? Wookie dropped here.
What's the links? Actually, do you have the links? We dropped. Wookie's dropped there. Do you have the links to join the Mafia?
I do. Yeah. Well, it's to our recruitment center, so I will drop that in here real fast.
All right. I just had those wrong ones in there. I just saw your message there.
Yeah, it's all good. It's let me put those in here. T.me/.
Yeah, so if you want to just ignore those previous links, and if you want to join, use this link to join, $100 to join. But like I say, you get access to our strong position, and of course, you get access to all the rewards as well. And there will be multiple rewards in the game. Some of the rewards we haven't even talking about in the game that will be there. So just take note of that. Good to see you back there, Capo Wookie the Blade.
Yeah. I think I thought I could hear someone snooping around the backyard there. I thought I'd better go and check. You never know. Yeah. You never know who's snooping around, Snooper.
Nice work. All right, so that's the lineup today. If it's $100 to join, I know some people have been asking me about how to join. Well, I thought we'd do this special show. We're probably going to do one on a regular basis so people can, join the syndicate. And of course, as the game gets bigger and bigger, people are going to flock in. So if you get in early, you're a winner chicken dinner. I mean, it's going to be pretty awesome. Pretty exciting. Now we're co-hosting it in the Discord as well. So we have a lot of strategy and discussion stuff in the Discord. And it's a private group within the Pulsechain Hex Discord. Links in the video description for that. That is a paid Discord, so just remember that $5 per month. But once you join up Syndicate, it's going to be really fun. All right, I think we've got one more thing. I was going to open up another crate. Let's see if we can win some of that Mafia. And I keep clicking my solo format when I'm by myself. Let's go over to the crates. And let's go over to, I don't know if I've got any, I don't have any on the B&B side for this particular cat. Oh, actually, I'm not logged on, so I don't even know. Let's see if I can log on to the, I'm on the right chain. All right, so let's go to crates. And I do have some keys. So I thought it disappeared. Got some keys, so let's open up another one and wish us luck here.
Looking for a top tier here. Top tier, Super.
Yeah, normally I do giveaways. Normally I do giveaways of keys, but I haven't sent up my random generator, so we'll probably give them out on another day. So I always like to give back to the community. That's the join. If you want to join up today to the syndicate, that's the link to join. There will be a vetting process, and it is $100 to join if you are accepted. But you're going to get so many rewards potentially. And of course, the more you do in the game, the more rewards you will get, as long as we're holding those top spots, which we plan to do for a long time to come. Brendan says, I was just landscaping in Wookie's backyard. That's funny. That's terrible. It's a capo on capo play. All right, we're coming up here. Here we go. Let's see if we can win a key. We're coming up to an hour and 30. We're probably going to wrap it up about here after this crate, unless I think it's a good place to finish. Meanwhile, the Mafia price is going up as we're talking. Let's go. Let's get ready to rumble. Yeah, boy. Bodyguards. I need bodyguards.
Oh, nice.
I'm very happy with bodyguard. I don't know if other people are happy as I am. I'm always happy to get bodyguards, particularly Sam's and Frank's. Sam's and Frank's. They're my best friend.
Yeah, if you get one of those level 10 Franks.
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
Frank.
Oh, nice.
That is great.
Nice.
Frank, that is fantastic. I'm very happy with that. That is very cool. I was just saying I need something cool like that. Pete Diehard says Crypto Kool-Aid in Wookie's backyard. yeah, probably. He's probably Crypto Kool-Aid's probably running from the ant army. You never threaten ant armies with was it petrol or something? All right, let's do one more. Let's do one more while we're here. Why not? So one more key. Let's see how we get on there.
Yeah, Wookie's brought the luck here.
Wookie's brought
No,
the
I think
luck.
so. Yeah. No, I've been pretty lucky lately, actually.
I wonder what the probability of winning is given the other in-game items. Because weren't they originally 8,000? Archie, how's it? Have you got anything over that?
As far I don't know. I know that initially just to get a business, it was a 2% chance on the first pass, right? And then there's a second probability that followed up where to get a bullet factor is another 2%. So following the multiplication rule there, multiplying those together would be 0.04% chance when all of the items were in. So I would assume it would follow something like that. But I don't know how those probabilities are split between keys and Mafia tokens.
Right. Okay. All right, but now there's new rewards to get, and these are gonna drive some interesting behavior. Now we got these keys, and you got Mafia items and the payouts, and some of the big payouts. Man, oh man, this is gonna get some crazy.
I'm gonna have to catch up on these new rewards. I've been out doing my criminal activities today, so I'm not up to date with the new rewards.
You can now win keys, and you can win Mafia as well. Up to 5 million Mafia you can win, Wookie, if you're lucky in using a key.
Well, I'm pretty lucky. I'm a lot lucky than lucky will be, that's for sure.
Now, I want a bulletproof vest here. This is what I'm after. I'm after a bulletproof vest. Sorry, bulletproof suit was what I was after, but I got a grenade. I am after a bulletproof vest.
Well, that's another grenade for Brendan, obviously. Suicide bomber.
All right, let's open up a key. Why not? One more. One more.
No.
It's addictive.
Come on.
Let's do it. Go the keys. Go the mighty keys. I think we're losing Wookie again. We're definitely finishing after this key. It's true. It's true. Jacob, what have you done? What have you created? A monster.
Yeah, Super has become a monster crate opener, I can tell you.
All right. Well, we've got the price pumping at the moment of it's starting to move up. Look at that. This thing is just starting to get lit. Now, Archie, you had a price target of what, 3 cents?
I'm calling it 3 cents.
3 cents.
By the time the game launches, so it's like a 15x from here or something. It's
it
huge.
might not be high enough, Archie. You might have gone too low. You might have lowballed it.
You're right. I mean, that might be a conservative target. We'll see.
Might be. We'll see what the large. There's only a few. I won't say a few, but the larger holders be interesting to see what they do in the game. The liquid ones. Let's go. OGs. OG crates. Yeah, so if you got the big news, folks, if you have got an OG NFT crate, you have just got dropped some OG NFT keys. Sorry, some keys. So check your wallets, and of course, just log onto the game to see them.
I feel like there could be a crate opening party in the Discord tonight, Super.
Could be.
Or a key opening, I guess we've got to call it now.
Yep. Let's see what we get in hearts. Hopefully we get some big hearts. Let's see. We've got low hearts. 50, but hearts are very valuable in terms of the word. So even the low hearts are actually quite valuable there. So kind of cool. Right, I think we're going to finish there. It's been an hour and 35. What a great show it's been. On the back, we just followed after the Don show. If you haven't seen that on Cult DeFi's channel, definitely check that. But I will be replaying that later on today through these channels here, so you'll be able to watch that whole show. It's going to be a lot of fun. Woo! Granada, says Brennan. I'm not sure he's on there. He's smoking the
grenade.
Oh, he's talking about Granada. I was like Granada.
He must be on a sugar rush. I think he's been in the fridge too long today. I think.
Don't take TI advice from Wookie, aren't you?
No. We'll see. We'll see. Mark my words. Who knows?
So, folks,
4 cents. Here we go. 4 cents.
Yeah. Yeah, this game is ramping up. We've got people, awesome players like Wookie the Blade in the house that are playing this game, so you know it's going to be a lot of fun. And that is the link to Pulse Mafia. You want to get a player, and of course, join a family is very recommended. And if you want to join, of course, we've got the link here for the joining the Syndicate, which is pretty badass. I'm just trying to find it there. And that is the link to join. $100 to join, but you get access to both families and rewards, and you're in the biggest, baddest ass team. And we've got a lot more things to come. So join up today, and hopefully you'll get through the vetting process, because it is a Mafia family after all. All right. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Final words from Archie and Wookie.
If you guys aren't in, we'd love to have you in the Syndicate. Look us up. If you're not, if you're not a good fit, Mafia itself is an awesome game. As always, Super, thanks for what you do, and I appreciate being here.
Yeah, it's been great. Wookie?
Yeah, no, just I think if you want to enjoy yourself in this crypto journey, I think get yourself in the game, because it's an awful lot of fun, and I think it could surprise to the upside, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. I think this game's getting eaten up. All right, it's a big shout out from some of the hierarchy members of the Syndicate. A big shout out to all the rest of the capos in the Syndicate, and of course, a big shout out to Max Payne Knuckles over there as well, doing an incredible job on Telegram as the Capo de Cena. I really appreciate that. All right, take care, and bye for now. See you next time. Peace out.